All right. Hello, everybody. It's the 18th of October, 2023. This is hashed out daily crypto news with Cryptopolitan. I'm your host, Philip Craig. Let's jump into some news. Let's see what's going on. Yesterday, we talked about Robert Kiyosaki stressing awareness in unpredictable market times. Today, let's start out by talking about the British government confirming crypto holdings exempt from a help with fees scheme assessment. British citizens hoping to access legal assistance through the proposed help with fees scheme will not have their crypto holdings classified as disposable income. The proposed change raised questions about whether applicants with savings and investments should be penalized for seeking legal aid. So how does this work exactly? The Ministry of Justice's proposal to amend the definition of disposable capital to include savings and investments, including cryptocurrencies, drew significant attention during the public consultation process. The proposed change raised questions about whether applicants with savings and investments, such as pensioners and self-employed individuals, should be penalized for seeking legal aid. In response to the proposal, the majority of respondents expressed support, emphasizing that it helps capture investments that are not readily available as liquid assets. However, there were dissenting voices as well, with some arguing that the non-exhaustive list of examples was too vague and lacked clarity, particularly regarding the inclusion of cryptocurrencies. The government's official response emphasized its intention not to propose an exhaustive list of the types of capital that would constitute savings and investments. The Ministry of Justice reasoned that doing so could create unnecessary risk by potentially omitting or failing to account for capital types that may emerge in the future. Furthermore, the government confirmed that cryptocurrencies are already covered by the current definition of capital under the fees orders, and this coverage will continue under the proposed definition. This clarification aims to provide assurance to those concerned about the treatment of cryptocurrency holdings within the legal aid assessment process. Interesting. Bank of Canada staff note examines DeFi's impact and challenges. The Bank of Canada has released a comprehensive staff note on DeFi. DeFi primarily relies on the Ethereum blockchain as its foundational layer, serving as a settlement layer. The Bank of Canada staff note highlights the key features that make DeFi a transformative force within the financial landscape. Huh. The staff note chronicles the meteoric rise of the DeFi ecosystem, which gained significant traction in 2020, becoming an integral part of the broader crypto economy with billions in trading volume over the following years. However, 2022 marked a turning point with the collapse of several major crypto platforms with substantial DeFi exposure, including Terra. The Bank of Canada staff note highlights the key features that make DeFi a transformative force within the financial landscape. DeFi's decentralized ledger-based system has the potential to reduce frictions inherent in the legacy financial system and broaden the scope of financial services available to users. So, hi everybody that joined in. I just lost your messages somehow. Hi Rye and hi Binance user. I missed the number. It's okay. Happens, I guess. Sorry about that. That's interesting. The Bank of Canada doing some research on DeFi. I wonder why. What's the main goal there? So Binance sees over 100 crypto accounts linked with Hamas. Binance has frozen over 100 accounts linked to Hamas at the request of Israeli law enforcement, who are also seeking information on an additional 200 accounts, primarily on Binance. Forensic data shows that between August 2021 and June 2023, Hamas and its affiliate Palestinian Islamic Jihad have received around $41 million and $93 million in cryptocurrency donations, respectively. It reminds me, Islamic Jihad probably blew up that hospital that people are talking about a lot, according to video evidence. So the fact they made $93 million on Binance and other blockchain crypto platforms is crazy. Hi, Binance user 9F802. Nice to have you with us. I don't send money to people I don't know because I don't want to be funding people like Hamas. So this is an interesting time for you to ask me for money in the chat. Despite ongoing efforts to block crypto-based terror financing, experts indicate that cryptocurrencies are not the primary source of funding for groups like Hamas, which mostly relies on state-sponsored financing. Iran, countries like that. Questions rise as Ripple records 75 million XRP transfers. Ripple has proceeded with a 75 million XRP transfer, amounting to a close total of over $50 million. That's caught the eye of the crypto community. Of the two transactions, the first was a 75 million XRP transaction that was valued at $36.9 million to an unknown wallet. The second transaction was 30 million XRP valued at $14.9 million from an unknown wallet to Bitstamp. Ripple investors are waiting to see whether the transactions will work in favor of the crypto asset or become a punishing gloom. Binance US announces new update regarding deposits. Binance US has announced that its deposits are no longer insured by the FDIC. Regulatory moves and their impact on the crypto market. They're no longer insured by the FDIC. The custodial accounts were structured to provide pass-through FDIC insurance coverage up to $250,000 per depositor limit. The FDIC, established in 1933 during the Great Depression, was created to protect Americans from losing their money if their banks were to collapse. This government entity ensured that deposits were safe up to a certain amount. However, the updated terms of service from Binance US now clearly state that accounts and digital assets are not eligible for FDIC insurance protections. This means that users' assets and accounts on the platform are no longer covered by FDIC insurance, leaving them without this level of protection. Furthermore, the update reveals that users will no longer be able to withdraw US dollars directly from their Binance US accounts. Instead, they must first convert these dollars into stablecoins or another cryptocurrency. Stablecoins are cryptocurrencies that are pegged to a fiat currency, with popular USD-denominated stablecoins, including Tether's USDT and Circle's USDC. This change in policy by Binance US aligns with a recent warning from the FDIC. The FDIC issued a statement cautioning individuals that money deposited with a crypto-based financial services provider is not FDIC insured or protected. Wow. This means that the government does not have an obligation to step in and help recover funds in the event of a crisis or loss. It's the main thing there. That's a huge difference from before. Phantom Foundation was hacked for $6.7 million. The Phantom Foundation has been hacked for an estimated $6.7 million, listing the cybercrime as the latest happenings in the crypto space. The hack was a result of a phishing attempt by a blockchain address ironically labeled fake phishing 188024. Certic, a blockchain security platform, has accounted for only $657,000 in losses, but Phantom Foundation is yet to confirm the happenings of the attack. Phantom Foundation is a well-known player in the decentralized market and has recently been a victim of a hack. Let's see. On October 17th, on-chain sleuth Spreak posted an alarming hacking attack on the Phantom Foundation. The information was based on a Telegram report that stated an incident of an alleged hacking scenario. The breach came to light, claiming an unauthorized intrusion into the Phantom infrastructure and exploited vulnerabilities in the network. Phantom Foundation has faced a hacking incident that robbed them of $6.7 million. This was a result of the phishing attack we talked about. The account sent over 2,000 convex CVX tokens as well as other digital currencies from a listed Phantom Foundation wallet. The act was reported and posted by on-chain sleuth Spreak. I did that on X, by the way. So we're still checking some USDC, some DAI. It's from Phantom Foundation Wallet 1, apparently. And Wallet 20 as well. Sent over 1 million Phantom FTM tokens to an account tagged fake phishing 32. Yeah, wallets 19 and 16 have been drained according to a different account, a different discussion on X. What are the implications? The Phantom Foundation is responsible for the development of the Phantom network, which is used as an Ethereum virtual machine that supports compatible smart contracts. According to DeFi Llama, in total assets, the network owns over $45 million in its locked contracts. The incident shows the need for robust security measures, for sure, to prevent cyber crimes. This could have negative implications for both investors and the companies themselves. However, the Phantom Foundation got wind of the hacking incident and sought to mitigate the damages. The network has involved cybersecurity agents to find out the root of the breach and assess the security lapses in the crypto entity infrastructure. Okay, interesting. So, yeah, be proactive, start protecting your money in your different ways. Um, Hi, Binance user 9F802 again. I like that you said, please help us, Solo. I want to trade too. Hopefully, we will get to know each other better. Um, yeah. Here's my email address. Maybe we could Google chat. That's funny. If you want to reach out to me, reach out on LinkedIn, not by email. That's funny. Thanks for your messages. I'm not doing that well financially myself either, so it's not not the best time to ask me for money. But if you know how the box system works on Binance, you can discuss that with other people in chat, and they can help you out with some boxes and things like that. That could be a way for you to get some crypto and get into trading and such. I'm not sure exactly how all that works. You'll have to do your own due diligence and your own research on that. OMA 3 creates a committee to fix creator royalties standards. The OMA 3 consortium has announced the creation of a group that will work on creator royalties, navigating the changing landscape of NFTs and metaverse. It's the Open Metaverse Alliance, a consortium of prominent blockchain, NFT, and metaverse companies, has recently unveiled a working group to standardize and safeguard creator royalties within NFT marketplaces. Creator royalties, typically ranging from 2.5% to 10%, are additional fees attached to secondary sales of NFTs and are intended to directly benefit the creators. This concept was originally considered a fundamental principle in the crypto ecosystem, one that aimed to empower artists and creators more than traditional secondary markets for art and media. The recent market dynamics have posed challenges to the enforcement of creator royalties. With the onset of the recent crypto bear market last year, several NFT marketplaces began eliminating these creator fees. Some platforms like Blur even introduced gamified financial incentives to attract users away from dominant NFT platforms like OpenSea. This strategy proved remarkably successful, with Blur surpassing OpenSea as the largest NFT platform by trading volume by February of this year. In response to this shift in the market, OpenSea, which had initially resisted the move, announced in August that it would also cease enforcing creator fees. Yep, that's where we are in the NFT market. Netflix dispels rumors about obtaining a GTA license. Netflix has dismissed rumors that it is in talks to obtain the rights to have GTA on its platform. Potential collaborations between firms in the gaming sector. So let's see. So the GTA rumor came around at the same time as when fans are expecting the release of Grand Theft Auto 6. Well, there have been various speculations about the game's protagonist, setting, and even its potential connections to cryptocurrency. Such claims remain unverified. Leaks have offered some insights into the game's early development plans, with strong indications that GTA 6 will likely be set in a location reminiscent of Miami's Vice City. In the meantime, Netflix has been actively diversifying into the gaming sector. The company has introduced more than 70 playable titles suitable for both mobile devices and TVs. Some of these games are available as downloadable apps exclusively for Netflix users, while others can be streamed directly from a television or computer. Netflix has even launched a simple gaming controller app designed for iOS users, allowing gamers to use their smartphones as touchscreen controllers. Netflix made it clear in August that it has no intentions of developing its proprietary gaming controller. This decision aligns with its aim to make gaming accessible without requiring users to purchase additional hardware to enjoy the games available on the platform. Interesting. So they'll be looking for a lot of gaming partners. Coinbase targets Germany as new regional talent hub in European expansion strategy. Coinbase has announced Germany as its new regional talent hub, marking a key step in its ongoing international expansion strategy. The German office has been the company's fastest growing branch, more than doubling its headcount in the past year, and is set to play a crucial role in sourcing and developing local crypto talent. In addition to focusing on Germany, Coinbase plans to make operational and personnel announcements across other key European markets, including Ireland, Benelux, Nordics, Spain, and Italy in the coming weeks. That's interesting news. Let's see. Hi, Binance user C483B. Seven AFDA. Moad Mansouri 489. Hi. Hi, Benjaziabi. Nice to have you guys with us. Russia's MTS telecom giant announces ads services that target Telegram users. Reports have it that Russia aims to grow its digital marketing industry using its giant telecom platform MTS to target users in the Telegram social media platform. For the launched ad services, the MTS platform confirms that the services only target Russian number operations. MTS plans to increase advertising revenue by 2.5 to 3.5 times over the year to between 7 and 10 billion rubles. How would they use their ads on Telegram? The MTS, Russia's largest telecommunication firm, has reported claims of launching an advertising service that targets users on Telegram. However, according to the social message application, so according to Telegram, this is not the case, as it denies placing such plans with the Russian firm. The announcement made on October 17th outlined the launch of the ad service in regard to client targeting on specific channels, interests, categories, and geolocations. However, the MTS platform confirms that the services only target Russian number operations. For the rest of the global ecosystem, this is yet to be known. So if you see ads in Russian in Telegram, you know what's going on. Reddit ends blockchain-based community points program amid regulatory challenges. Reddit is discontinuing its blockchain-based community points program due to scalability issues and regulatory challenges. The platform is shifting focus to more scalable reward programs, such as the Contributor program, which allows users to convert Reddit Gold and Karma into cash. The decision follows Reddit's earlier move to end its coin system and comes amid broader changes in the platform's community reward mechanisms. That's interesting. Binance.us halts direct dollar withdrawals amid regulatory scrutiny. We talked about that. Federal Reserve reiterates hatred for stablecoins. CBDC. Federal Reserve Board Governor Michelle Bowman recently voiced skepticism about central bank digital currencies and stablecoins at Harvard Law School. Bowman upholds the U.S. intermediated banking model, suggesting it prevents unnecessary government overreach and should be the foundation for future financial innovations. She acknowledges potential CBDC benefits, but remains unconvinced of their superiority, particularly when compared to services like FedNow. America finally sees the world beyond China. America's ambassadorial absence in key regions signals a lapse in global focus. The U.S. has maintained a vigilant presence in the Indo-Pacific to counter China's influence. America's hyper-focus on China has led to neglect in other vital geopolitical regions. Let's see which ones. From the Middle East to Latin America, the absence of ambassadors signals a lapse in focus that might cost the nation its influential stature. However, the country's avid attention to the Indo-Pacific region, predominantly due to its tussle with China, reveals a skewed sense of priority that's proving to be untenable. Ambassadorial vacuums, signals of an unbalanced focus. While key regions such as Egypt, Kuwait, and even Israel await their respective U.S. ambassadors, America's administration appears ensnared in bureaucratic inertia. Nigeria, Djibouti, and Colombia, countries of significant geopolitical importance, face similar predicaments. This palpable neglect stands in stark contrast with the Indo-Pacific. It's no secret that in this arena, America remains ever vigilant, constantly at the ready to counter China's influence. Let's not beat around the bush. China, with its rapid economic and military growth, has been the focal point of America's foreign policy for a considerable time. In an attempt to counteract its perceived oversight of China's ascent, America dove headfirst into a singular focus, leading to what many dub as an Asia pivot. At its conception, the strategy might have seemed sound, especially when other regions remained relatively stable. But global landscapes shift, and today's crises span from land wars in Europe to recurring Israeli-Palestinian conflicts and turbulence south of the Sahara, not to mention the challenges brewing at America's own southern border. It's a wake-up call. Global responsibilities await. The dynamics have changed, and America finds itself in a quagmire, boasting about 40% of the world's economic output in tandem with China. The U.S. might have gotten slightly complacent, viewing the Sino-American relationship as the sole dominant global narrative. Makes sense. Yeah, not having ambassadors to different countries is definitely a setback for international relations. Hi, Adil Haidar 0756. Nice to have you with us. U.S. bond markets shaky. Is the strategic balance tipping? So U.S. bond markets foundational stability is in question. Factors causing market turbulence: dovish Fed statements, hot inflation data, and Middle East geopolitical tensions. Predictability of U.S. economic growth is wavering. It's hard to predict what's going to happen with the U.S. economy with everything that's going on. Cryptocurrency roundup, today's need-to-know stories. I usually have my phone on silent, so that was weird to get that kind of... All right. Sam Bankman-Fried's trial sees former FTX engineer Nishad Singh revealing foggy memories about the crypto exchange's issues. Ripple's recent job listing hints at a possible IPO, sparking intense speculation within the crypto community. FTX customers might receive 90% of their assets by mid-2024 due to a proposed settlement. Binance halts onboarding of new UK users after regulatory challenges from the UK's Financial Conduct Authority. Interesting. There's a lot going on there, too. SBF's lawyer counters claims on FTX's expenditure. SBF's defense lawyer, Mark Cohen, challenges allegations of reckless spending at the collapsed FTX crypto exchange. Cohen argues that large sponsorships like the $130 million for NBA's Miami Heat's naming rights were long-term and not frivolous. Former FTX executive Nishad Singh admits to some disagreements with SBF's spending, but acknowledges the value of certain expenditures for the business. So we're still following that trial quite closely. Sam Bankman-Fried's defense team skillfully cross-examined key prosecution witness Nishad Singh. Singh had previously authorized political donations to be made from his bank account with funds originating from Alameda. Mark Cohen, SBF's lead defense attorney, highlighted inconsistencies in Singh's narrative, suggesting Singh was more involved in the decision-making process than initially portrayed. So they used that. China and Russia's alliance, strategic partnership or risky bet? I could answer that right now, but let's see what the article says. President Vladimir Putin visited China seeking economic support due to his political isolation following the invasion of Ukraine. The U.S. has pressured China to use its influence with Iran to de-escalate the Israel-Hamas conflict. Russia's economic ties to China have strengthened, with China's exports to Russia increasing by 57% this year. Over 50% of Russia's exports and imports are through China. So China basically controls the Russian economy now, one way or another. Upon Vladimir Putin's most recent visit to China, President Xi Jinping emphasized a deepening no-limits partnership. Yet the shifting dynamics on the international stage, especially the Ukraine crisis and Russia's political isolation, have forced Russia to lean heavily on China. Russia's economic dependence on China is amplified. The yuan's role in Moscow's foreign exchange trading has grown exponentially. China's ascent as the premier importer of Russian fossil fuels, particularly coal, underscores the symbiotic relationship. Despite this growing interdependence, I'd say it's more of a dependence of Russia on China, but that's arguable. It's essential to note that both nations have their motivations. While Russia seeks vital economic support, China perceives a robust Russia as a critical partner against Western influences, particularly the U.S. I'm not sure about that. The alliance potentially boosts China's strategies regarding Taiwan and could assure support at international platforms like the United Nations Security Council. However, amid the bonhomie lies an undercurrent of skepticism. Concerns are raised, especially in Beijing, on whether this association delivers adequate returns beyond being a new market for Chinese goods and obtaining oil and gas at discounted rates. Some Chinese experts wonder if hitching their wagon to Putin's star is a gamble that might not pay off. As these two giants navigate their evolving relationship, international pressures remain. Xi's non-condemnation of the Ukraine invasion has, for instance, cast a shadow on Beijing's neutrality claims. The Chinese leader, however, has won favor among emerging economies by promoting peace and diplomatic dialogues in volatile regions, thereby placing China as a potential global mediator, with zero success so far. I just want to point that out. Yet for Russia, global conflicts like that in Israel could serve as useful distractions from its actions in Ukraine. For China, the emphasis is not just on its external diplomacy, but also addressing pressing internal concerns. From economic slowdowns to shifts in leadership roles within its defense sector, China's domestic front is rife with challenges. Moreover, Beijing remains cautious about being categorized alongside Moscow, especially concerning its relations with Western nations. It doesn't wish to alienate key trade and diplomatic partners like the US and Europe. It's too late for that. It's already done that. The intricate balance between appearing as a reliable partner for both the East and West puts Beijing in a challenging spot. The ongoing negotiations over the Power of Siberia 2 gas pipeline also expose the subtle power play. While Russia eagerly promotes the idea of an impending agreement, Beijing remains reserved. Interesting. Cryptocurrency transfers. Vitalik Buterin addresses concerns over recent activity. We talked about this yesterday. Vitalik Buterin's recent substantial crypto transfers are primarily charitable donations, not personal sales. He hasn't sold ETH for personal gain since 2018. Buterin is focusing on enhancing Ethereum's decentralization, addressing concerns like the concentration of power in liquid staking pools such as Lido. So there's been significant chatter about Buterin's transactions, especially with his recent $15 million USDC transfer to the well-known crypto exchange Gemini. Such considerable movements tend to create a ripple in the crypto world, often leading to conjectures regarding potential market shifts. However, as Buterin pointed out, things are not always what they seem from the outside. In a bid to put an end to these circulating speculations, Buterin made it crystal clear that these transactions were not driven by personal financial motives. He recently stated, if you see an article saying Vitalik sends XXX ETH to exchange, it's not me selling. It's almost always me donating to some charity or nonprofit or other projects and the recipient selling because, well, they have to cover expenses. I haven't sold ETH for personal gain since 2018. Indeed, being a prominent figure in the crypto domain, Buterin's wallet has become a common recipient for new cryptocurrency tokens, especially during their nascent stages after launching on Ethereum. Rather than capitalizing on these tokens for personal gain, the Ethereum co-founder has taken a philanthropic route. Over the years, Buterin has become synonymous with large crypto donations. He was particularly generous during the COVID-19 pandemic, donating substantial sums to support those impacted by the virus. While these transactions have garnered significant attention, Buterin's core focus remains on the continuous evolution of the Ethereum ecosystem. One of the pressing issues he recently addressed concerns the centralization within the Ethereum ecosystem. In his insightful blog post, Buterin delved deep into the current challenges faced by the platform, emphasizing the importance of rectifying the disproportionate concentration of power. Highlighting the glaring issue, Buterin pointed out that Lido, one of the prominent liquid staking pools, currently holds an overwhelming 32% of staked Ether. Such a significant concentration can lead to a myriad of challenges, both operationally and ethically. To combat these centralization issues, Buterin is not solely relying on moral persuasion. While it would be ideal for stakeholders to diversify their choice of staking providers out of goodwill, relying solely on this approach might not yield the desired results. Hence, Buterin is leaning towards implementing protocol adjustments within Ethereum. The aim? To bolster the decentralization of liquid staking, ensuring a more robust and resilient Ethereum ecosystem for the future. Platypus Finance navigates yet another security breach, recovering 90% of stolen assets. Platypus Finance suffered its third flash loan attack this year, yet managed to recover 90% of the stolen assets. The protocol's transparent approach and dedication to user security sets a positive precedent for the DeFi industry. On October 12th, Platypus Finance, which operates as an automated market maker on the Avalanche blockchain, was targeted in 3 separate flash loan attacks. These malicious endeavors succeeded in draining the protocol of a whopping $2.23 million. For those unfamiliar with flash loan attacks, they exploit a loophole allowing hackers to borrow cryptocurrency instantaneously without the need for collateral. The hacker then swiftly withdraws these borrowed assets, creating a void of bad debt for the protocol and its users. Flash loan attacks are not new to Platypus Finance. Earlier this year, 2 such breaches occurred. The first in February saw the protocol losing $8.5 million, while a subsequent attack in July caused a financial dent of $157,000. The aftermath of this most recent attack had everyone bracing for the worst. However, a glimmer of hope emerged on October 17th when Platypus Finance announced that they had managed to recover 90% of the stolen assets. This limited the protocol's net loss to 18,000 AVAX, equivalent to $167,400 at the time. In an intriguing turn, the hacker voluntarily returned the funds. Consequently, in a gesture that acknowledges the ethical complications surrounding the decentralized world, Platypus Finance declared they will guarantee that no legal action will be pursued. This decision to not pursue legal action is indeed a novel approach in the DeFi space, where many projects often resort to legal measures to retrieve stolen funds. The choice to steer clear of the courts might stem from the voluntary return of funds by the hacker, or perhaps an understanding of the challenges associated with tracing and prosecuting digital asset thefts. It's worth noting that this isn't the first time Platypus Finance has faced the challenges of reimbursing its users post a security breach. Following the February incident, they had assured users of a recovery plan aiming to return at least 63% of the lost assets. Interesting. We've actually seen this happen recently. It's not the only time that's happened. Immutable postponed $67 million token vesting in a strategic shift for long-term sustainability. Hi, Donut8, Boshar007, Binance user 8EBC3, and Hassan Fik 86. Nice to have you with us. Immutable postpones vesting of 125 million IMX tokens valued at $67 million to July 2024, aiming to enhance long-term sustainability and steady token release. The company's future roadmap includes launching its ZK-EVM, introducing cross-rollup liquidity, and betting big on blockchain games, predicting they will drive Web3 adoption. Interesting. They successfully raised an astounding $200 million in a Series C funding round in March. The company had previously announced that the funds would be directed towards amplifying the efficacy of Immutable's Layer 2 scaling solution tailored for Ethereum. Another crucial allocation was the expansion and development of the Immutable Gaming Studio, which resonates with Ferguson's recent emphasis on the potential of blockchain games. Fascinating. Lido and Solana decides to cease operations amid financial strain. Lido on Solana, known for its liquid staking protocol, announces the cessation of its operations due to financial constraints faced by the P2P team. The decision came after a Lido DAO consultation and a community vote, with 92% of participants supporting the project's discontinuation. Despite the project's end, Lido on Solana outlined a detailed sunsetting plan, ensuring technical support and continued rewards for STSOL token holders. Interesting. Going off-chain to turbocharge asset swaps across exchanges. Every blockchain has a scalability problem as they struggle under the weight of increased workloads as their user bases grow. When we talk about scalability, we're referring to the blockchain's ability to process a high volume of transactions at reasonable speed. Blockchains must find a way to achieve high scalability if cryptocurrencies are ever to become mainstream. Otherwise, we'll reach a point at which they can no longer process everyone's transactions in good time. If they cannot do this, users will reject blockchains and continue to use traditional payment mechanisms. So far, blockchains have proven themselves to be inadequate. The world's most famous cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, is well known for processing transactions at a snail's pace, with its scalability limited to a miserable 7 transactions per second. Ethereum doesn't do much better with its 20 transactions per second rate. Compare this to Visa, which can process a whopping 24,000 transactions per second, and it's clear that blockchains have a major problem. There are a number of factors that determine the scalability of blockchains. The major one is their throughput, which is a measure of how many actions they can perform over a certain period of time. In the case of blockchains, transaction throughput relates to the speed at which they can validate and add transactions. Another issue relates to capacity. Blockchains are a ledger that records every transaction ever made, and the more they grow, the more data they store. The more this data increases, the greater the storage resources required by each node. As such, it's not only throughput that determines blockchain scalability. For instance, if we were to speed up Bitcoin's throughput to 1,000 transactions per second, it still wouldn't scale because of the time it takes to confirm each block. It's also necessary to mention the age-old blockchain trilemma, which refers to the fact that blockchains cannot achieve decentralization, security, and scalability at the same time. The architecture of blockchains means that one must always be sacrificed in order to achieve the other two. This is because blockchains are peer-to-peer networks. We've already mentioned that an increase in nodes has a negative impact on scalability. But if we decrease the number of nodes, this results in a more centralized network that is inherently less secure. Because decentralization and security are so essential to the belief in Web3, it's usually always scalability that gets sacrificed. So talking about scaling transactions off-chain, infinite scalability. By utilizing state channels as a layer 3 infrastructure, Yellow Network promises to transform digital asset swaps between crypto exchanges by providing the rapid cross-chain interoperability they need to transact in real time. The network operates independently of the underlying blockchains, enabling them to scale to an infinite degree. In this way, Yellow can potentially process millions or even billions of individual transactions every hour of every day for any blockchain platform, and has created the infrastructure that's required to make high-frequency cross-chain trading a reality for every exchange, and with that, crypto finally has the ability to reach mainstream adoption. Yeah, that's interesting. Fidelity's Bitcoin ETF resubmission challenges SEC's caution. Fidelity Investments resubmits its Bitcoin ETF application for Wise Origin Bitcoin Trust to the SEC. Fidelity CEO Abigail Johnson champions the merger of cryptocurrencies and traditional finance. The SEC's caution on Bitcoin ETF stems from market manipulation and investor safety concerns. So we'll see how that goes. We'll have to wait for the SEC's response to see exactly how that's going to go. Sui Foundation denies token supply manipulation claims. Sui blockchain tokens value drops by 9% following market manipulation claims. South Korea's Financial Supervisory Service to inspect the Sui team's practices. Sui Foundation rejects all allegations, emphasizing no post-distribution Sui sales. So the Sui dropped 9% amid allegations of market manipulation, drawing intense scrutiny from South Korea's financial watchdog. The precipitous drop follows remarks from Lee Bok-hyun, director of the Financial Supervisory Service, regarding a forthcoming inspection of the Sui team's practices. This move aims to ascertain whether there has been any intentional inflation of the token supply through staking or non-transparent disclosure methods. Interesting. I guess we'll find out. The Sui Foundation quickly countered these assertions, labeling the circulating speculations baseless and categorically false. They emphasized that no sale of Sui tokens occurred after the initial community access program distributions. Additionally, the foundation affirmed its stance of full cooperation with DAXA and its member exchanges, championing the principles of compliance and transparency. We'll see. What are they? It should turn out fine if there's nothing wrong and they do their investigation. So that's cool. Let's check out CoinMarketCap and see where things are. Well, last I checked, Bitcoin was at 28,300-ish. That still is. Okay. The global crypto market cap is $1.09 trillion, which is the same as yesterday. A 0.12% increase over the last day. That's positive. Fear and greed index is up 47 today on CoinMarketCap, same as yesterday. So Bitcoin's at $28,350. Sorry, $28,351.18. It's up 0.27% over the last 24 hours, up 4.59% over the last 7 days, and it's actually down 0.13% last hour. So that's Bitcoin right now. Let's look at the biggest losers, biggest winners, then come back to the top 10. Conflux, CFX, is down 5%, 7.45% over the last 7 days to 10 cents 7. I'm only going to do the next few. Lido DAO LDO is down 3.96% over the last 24 hours to $1.51. Immutables IMX is down 3.67% to 52 cents 04. Clay from Clayton is down 3.60% to 12 cents 12. OKB is down 3.42% to $44.89. Notably, it's still up 5.03% over the last 7 days. And then Woo from the Woo Network is down 3.39% to 16 cents 64. Let's look at the biggest winners in the last 24 hours. Trust Wallet token TWT is up 7.37% over the last 24 hours, 15.58% over the last 7 days to $1.09. STX from Stacks is up 3.92% over the last 24 hours, 15.11% over the last 7 days to 55 cents 97. Bitcoin SV, BSV, is up 3.88% in the last 24 hours, 1.53% over the last hour to $40.64, and notably up 23.30% over the last 7 days. Let's see, HBAR from Hedera is also up more than 3%, 3.24% up in the last 24 hours, 4% up in the last 7 days to 4 cents 805. Everything else is up less than 3%. Let's see, do we have a lot more going up than down? A lot of things up or down less than 2%. Is what I'm seeing here is like the main trend, it seems. Let's go to our main cryptocurrencies. Ethereum is at $1,573.82. It went up 0.01%, then down 0.101% in the last 24 hours in front of my eyes just now. So it's stagnating and there's a lot of trading going on. So it's hard to tell. It's only up 0.28% over the last 7 days and also down 0.36% over the last hour. So it's moving a lot, but not a lot in quantities. There's a lot of trading, just not a lot of effect on the price right now. The BNB is up 0.42% in the last 24 hours, up 2.60% in the last 7 days to $212.28. XRP is down 0.19% in the last 24 hours, up 0.60% in the last 7 days. Not a lot of change, but it's a 48 cents 97. Solana, Sol, is down 0.37% in the last 24 hours, up 6.80% in the last 7 days to $23.75. ADA from Cardano is down 0.58% in the last 24 hours, down 0.25% in the last 7 days to 24 cents 67. Dogecoin stands at 5 cents 866, down 1.30% over the last 24 hours. Almost no change over the last 7 days. TRX from Tron is up 1.44% over the last 24 hours, 3.39% over the last 7 days to 8 cents 935. Ton from Toncoin is up 1.46% over the last 24 hours, 1.55% over the last 7 days to $2.04. Matic on Polygon is down 1.80% over the last 24 hours, 0.22% down over the last 7 days to 51 cents 58. Dot from Polkadot is down 1.01% over the last 24 hours, down 2.14% over the last 7 days to $3.68. All right. Yeah, I'll stop there for today. Thank you guys for watching. Hi, alias Zaiz, Binance user A25BC, Benjaziabi, Binance user 3341B, anonymous user 097BE, and Binance user 3404. Nice to have you guys with us. Thanks for joining. Have a great Wednesday. And see you guys tomorrow for more news on what's going on with the, obviously the SBF trial still ongoing. The crypto markets never stop trading. Something's going to happen, definitely. It's been a bit calm today. I'm expecting there to be some kind of interesting thing happening tomorrow, one way or another. And then, yeah, just all kinds of crazy news going on in the world. The world is not stagnating at all. It's insane right now. So we'll definitely have quite a bit of news tomorrow. Nice to Dolly D. Nice to have you with us. And Pepe, nice to have you with us too, as well as Anya Rich Chukwu Ebuka. All right. Have a great day. See you guys later then.